You're listening to the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play.
The options market can be a confusing place. Sorting through the daily avalanche of data, alerts, updates, articles, and analysis to find the most important information is an overwhelming prospect. But now you have help. Welcome to the Options News Rundown, the only program that breaks through the noise to bring you the most important news and information from the world of options. Every day we bring you the top 5 option stories curated by the options experts at theoptionsinsider.com, the premier source for free options information. The Options News Rundown is brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in option trader education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's live Advantage group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider. And now it's time to break through the noise. It's time for your Options News Rundown.
Good morning. Today is May 14th, 2018. This is your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli. Our first story today is from investing.com, and it's the economic calendar, the top 5 things to watch this week. The first thing to know is retail sales is out. The Commerce Department will publish data on retail sales for April at 8:30 a.m. Eastern on Tuesday. The consensus forecast is that the report will show retail sales rose 0.4% last month, moderating from a gain of 0.6% in March. But excluding the automobile sector, sales are expected to increase 0.5% after a 0.2% rise a month earlier. Second thing to know is we have Fed speakers on tap. Several Fed speakers will get market attention in the week ahead as traders watch for clues on the pace of future rate hikes this year. Topping the agenda will be remarks from the incoming New York Fed President John Williams, who speaks on Tuesday at the Economic Club of Minnesota's May Luncheon in Minneapolis. Speeches from Cleveland Fed President Loretta Mester, St. Louis Fed President James Bullard, and Atlanta Fed President Raphael Bostic, Minneapolis Fed President Neil Kashkari, Dallas Fed Rob Kaplan, and Fed Governor Lael Brainerd will also be on the agenda this week. In addition, the nominee for Fed Vice Chairman, Richard Clarida, as well as Michelle Baumann, who is nominated to be Fed Governor, will both face Congress on Tuesday for their confirmation hearings. Third thing to know, retailers headline last big week of earnings. While just 10 S&P 500 companies are due to report financial results this week, retailers are just getting started in what will be the last big wave of the first quarter earnings season. Fourth thing to know, UK employment report is out. The UK Office for National Statistics will publish the monthly jobs report at 8:30 Greenwich Mean Time on Tuesday, and it will be watched more for what it says about wages than hiring. The claimant count change is expected to rise by 13,300 in March, with the jobless rate holding steady at 4.2%. More importantly, wage growth, including bonuses, is forecast to rise 2.7%, a tad slower than the 2.8% seen in February. Fifth thing to know is Japan Q1 GDP will be out. Japan will publish preliminary first quarter economic growth data at 8:50 a.m. Tokyo time on Wednesday. The report is expected to reveal that the world's third largest economy shrank for the first time in 2 years due to weak private consumption and softer export demand. The gross domestic product probably contracted at an annualized rate of 0.2% in the first quarter after a 1.6% expansion in the final quarter of 2017. Our second story today is from NASDAQ.com. CME Group in a deal to offer Ether reference rates. CME Group Inc. said on Monday it had launched the CME CF Ether Dollar Reference Rate, along with crypto trading platform Crypto Facilities Ltd., to provide real-time Ether price in dollars. The reference rate will be based on transactions and order book activity from Kraken and Bitstamp, two major cryptocurrency exchanges, the company said. Our third story today is from MarketWatch. Oil prices seesaw as traders absorb rig count data and the OPEC report. Oil prices swung between small gains and losses on Monday as investors digested data from last week showing a robust rise in U.S. rig counts and the latest monthly report from OPEC. Brent crude oil, the global benchmark, was up 0.4% at $77.39 a barrel, while on the New York Mercantile Exchange, West Texas Intermediate futures were trading up 0.2% at $70.87 a barrel. Both benchmarks struggled for direction in the early going as investors reacted to last week's count of active U.S. oil rigs that showed a rise of 10 to 844 rigs, the highest figure since March of 2015. With WTI's price above $70 a barrel, that increase wasn't surprising, ING strategist said in a note. Our final story today is from Investing.com. World stocks head higher on hopes of thawing trade tensions. Prospects of a thaw in U.S.-China trade tensions supported global stocks on Monday as U.S. President Donald Trump pledged to help ZTE Corp get back into business fast after a U.S. ban crippled the Chinese technology company while oil prices recovered some lost ground. Trump's comments on Sunday came ahead of a second round of trade talks between U.S. and Chinese officials this week to resolve an escalating trade dispute. China had said last week its stance in the negotiations would not change. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is news you can use for today, May 14th, 2018. Your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli. Trade smart and have a great week.
Thank you for listening to the Options News Rundown. To learn more about these stories or any other developments from the world of options, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com, the premier source for free options information. The Options News Rundown is brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in option trader education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's live Advantage group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider.
The preceding program was a production of the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play. Don't forget to follow along with your favorite programs and submit your own questions for the hosts at twitter.com/options, facebook.com/theoptionsinsider, or via questions at theoptionsinsider.com.